Hello, YouTube modeling community. Take 7. Guys, I've gone around for the past 2 or 3 hours trying to figure out how I can bottle all this into one video. I wasn't going to do a video today, but we're going to break this up. Everybody else is throwing all their stuff out there, and you guys are getting to see it all, and that's fine. I'm not trying to compete with that. I've actually enjoyed that because that's where I dropped the ball. I didn't get no footage. I didn't get no pictures, which really, irked me, but it's my own fault. I didn't think it was going to be the way it was, and that's not a bad thing. That was a great thing. I was just kind of overwhelmed. I was overheated. I'm physically impaired, even though it kind of looks normal. I'm walking around in a boot, but I can only handle that for 20-30 minutes at a time, and I got to sit down. It was extremely hot in the venue. For whatever reason, I guess they didn't get their AC on in time, and that's fine. It didn't ruin the show for me. It sucked. It made it where I couldn't walk around a lot. And what I did get to walk around was I got bombarded with people wanting to meet me. That was flipping amazing. Getting to meet everybody that I've watched their channels, and just guys that I know jump on and comment on my videos, and getting to meet some of you guys. So thank you to all of you. Too many names to even try to remember. I couldn't get back to my notebook and write names down, so I apologize. If you guys were at the show and you don't hear your name in this slew of names I'm getting ready to read off, you drop it down in the comments and say, Rusty, I'm so-and-so. I was there. We talked, to help me refresh my memory. And I apologize for not remembering. But here we go. Now, you guys got to remember, this is the 7th take because this is emotional for me. I'm going to try to get it without getting all emotional again. And people are like, well, it's just a model show. Why are you getting emotional? It's because it's something I've wanted to do for so long. And it's always been something that stopped me from doing it. That it's that way. It just is. These are all mentors of mine. And they've all helped me one way or another. Whether it's answering a question, they had a part I needed. And they've pushed me and guided me in the right direction to get where I need to go if they didn't have it. It's all that all wrapped up into one. The almost not getting to go. And it wasn't due to finances. It was due to my wife wanted to make sure that I had the best experience, and she knew I'd want to be able to get a few things. It's Christmas time, basically, in this house, and all of our money goes to, Christmas. And then you throw a big show like this, it's going to cost us, well over $1,000 by the time it's all said and done. That's a big chunk of money to take out right at Christmas. I don't say balling on a budget for a reason. Anybody knows it's gone from 2-income household down to 1.5 incomes, knows what that's about. I don't expect sympathy for that. I expect some understanding. So, that is what it is. And that was the only thing. It wasn't even what stopped me. It was just a fact of, having that little bit of extra money ensured a great time versus just a really good time. And my wife didn't think it'd be worth going if we couldn't even, do the simplest of things. Which some of it I agree with. Some of it, and again, my wife's the one that made this happen. So thank you, Jenny. I appreciate you. She don't watch my videos. Don't know why. This just isn't her forte. She had a great time, guys. There's a lot of you that took the time out of the day to walk up and introduce yourself to her and talk to her, and it kind of broke up the monotony of her just standing there going, what the hell am I doing here when I could be doing something different. It made the day a lot easier on me. So here we go with the names, and this is just, even though it's quite a bit, it's just a few. There's a lot of other guys I met. I can't remember their names. There was so much happening that I was overwhelmed. Now, next year I know what to expect, and I want to pace myself a little better and have more time for everything, including some filming. I'm going to try to do some interviews with some guys, and a lot of footage of the builds. everything I dropped the ball on this year, I'm going to try to pick up the ball and run with it next year. So, again, guys, I'm sorry did not bring you real good footage. But here we go. Mr. Rick Zink, finally got to meet him. That was a pleasure. Super nice guy. I had, a little bit of a conversation with him, not a lot, but enough. I got my skeleton. It's kind of a tradition. Your first show, you get a skeleton. You guys can help me. Pappy calls this Skelly or Scully, one of the two. Maybe you guys can be creative and come up with a name that's suiting to my channel. I can't really think of anything at the top of my head. I'm still in a daze from the show. But we have him, and it was great. And I got another shop card from Mr. Zink, and I appreciate that, Rick, a whole lot. And it was a pleasure meeting you. Fred Henry. Brother, you made it all worthwhile. You were getting pulled in 500 different directions, and yet you still took the time to hang out with me a little bit, talk a little bit, and we had some good laughs. We didn't get to hang out as much as I would have liked to, but everybody kind of had an agenda and a thing to do, and I had my wife with me, and I had some other opportunities I had to seize in the moment, being back in my hometown. I'm not from Smyrna. I'm from Ohio. But we lived in Georgia for, I think, almost 8 years. And I finished out my last year at junior high there. I went all 4 years at Sprayberry High School. That's in Marietta. And I'm sure at some point, because it was a small community back then, me and Fred probably ran into each other at one point or another. And probably, have talked. We just don't remember. That was a long, long time ago. It's been 39 years since I've been back there. If that's any indication. But I want to take my wife around and show her the high school. She's heard all the stories. I went to high school with Travis Tritt, Ty Pennington from Extreme Home Makeovers, Marcus Bagwell. Most people know him as Buff Bagwell from the wrestling. Jeff Cantrell, I think he played for the Arizona Cardinals. Jimmy Cantrell, he played baseball, but I can't remember who he played for. But I think he was injured, and he's wheelchair ridden. And that's a shame. And the rest of everybody else I kind of hung out with, I just follow them sometimes on social media. And I didn't get to hook up with any of them when I was down there and say hi and have a little reunion. There's just not enough time. But I was able to take my wife to show her old house, where we lived, the places I went to, where I worked, the locations. They just, those places weren't there anymore. Everything's completely changed. And some of the stuff stayed the same, just, new businesses in there. But it was great getting to see all that. Me and my wife kind of ventured out on our own Friday night. We had a great meal, came back, socialized a little bit more, and then we called it a night. I had some work to do on the models to get them ready, some last minute prep stuff, and then we called it a night. We were worn out from the drive. Got up early, had a great breakfast with all the guys. We got our stuff together. We all headed to the show. We hung out a little bit before the show. We all got in line, walked in at the same time, started getting our stuff set up, and then we kind of all just scattered, and and it was just a free-for-all after that. But I had a great experience, even though there's a few negative things that happened, and a couple of them weren't really negative. It's just, like I said, I got rubbed the wrong way, and that's the way I perceived it. And they may not have intended that, and that's fine. No names will ever be mentioned. I hold no ill regard to those people. I still hold them, up here. And for whatever reason, it's just, the way that I perceive. And I wasn't the only one that perceived it that way. So it's not like just me saying that, my wife saw it, and a couple of people that were with us, they saw it too. So, but, it is what it is. It's no big deal. Out of 10, I'd give it a 9. Because for every little thing that I didn't think was right, there was 3 or 4 more things that just blew it away. The Southern people are some of the nicest people you ever meet in your life. And that goes a long way. We were blown away when we first moved down there. We were Yankees, but they were super kind and generous and thoughtful. And I experienced that my whole time I lived down there. And every time I went back, for a few years, but like I said, it's been 39 years since I've been back. And it's not, the true meaning of Southern hospitality has not changed. It's still there. And it's so relevant that it's funny sometimes because people make fun. Oh, yeah, listen to the way they talk. Well, no, they're Southern. That's just the way they talk. But you know what? They're some of the nicest damn people you'll ever meet in your life. And they'll do anything in the world for you. And Fred Henry is one of those guys. And Brian from Got Fuel's Model Car Garage. I didn't really know how to perceive him. I followed him for quite a while on YouTube. I love his videos. I love his work. I know he's had a little rough patch here with some family. And I'm glad to see that that's starting to, come out of the fog a little bit, and he was able to make it to the show and have a decent time. He took time out of his day to help me with my GoPro, because I've told you guys I've got a GoPro, and I've been trying to figure it out, and I just don't know. Nobody in my house has one, and they've never had one, so they don't know how to use it. All the videos are just, almost like you got to be a rocket scientist to do it. Brian, in a matter of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, fiddling with got it all figured out for me, got it all set up. So Brian, thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time out of your busy day, because I know you had a lot going on and a lot you wanted to get done to help me with that little problem. So now I'm kind of golden on it. Now I got to figure out the other end of it on my own, but that shouldn't be too much trouble. And that's just uploading the videos. I did get a little bit of footage on that, but I'll have to look at it and the 40 seconds I have on my phone and see if I can compile a video together. If I can, I will, and I'll put that out there. It just won't be any in the next few days. It'll be maybe next week. I got a lot of stuff to show. We'll save that for another day. And some of that was through kindness. Some of that was through, just me actually having enough strength to get up and kind of pick a few things out. I was let down by the vendors in this way. So I don't want you to perceive this the wrong way. A lot of vendors there. A lot of great vendors. To me, it was just lacking in the options, I guess was the better word to say. I expected to see a lot of photo etch guys there. I expected to see a little bit better pricing on the resin stuff. To me, that was a little high, but quality stuff demands quality price, and I get it. It's outside my price realm. I was looking for a few pieces, just for stuff I got plans for, but I wasn't able to find them. I wasn't able to find my Holy Grail, but, and we'll get to that here in a second, and we will see that kit that I did get. I did finally get to meet Mr. Metzger, Jeff Metzger from JPS Customs. I've followed him for a long time on Instagram. I've communicated with him. Fred Henry was gracious enough to get me some stuff from him 1 year at Acme that I've been looking for the build. For 3 years now, I've been working on to take to Acme, and I didn't get it done this year to take, so hopefully next year I can. And we'll get more in depth on that when we do break it back out again. But I was able to get some other stuff. My good friend Jimmy Ledford bought up all the damn Coyote engines. Just kidding. Glad for you, Jimmy. I'm glad you got some good stuff. But here's how nice Jeff is. He told me, give him a call. Gave me his number's on the back of the card. Give him a call and he'd take care of me. So, he didn't have to. He offered it. And he's got a couple sets of wheels that I want, and just different sizes, and he said he would still take care of me. McGill is another one. Y'all know I've talked about it. Me and McGill are working on a side project. I got to sit down with McGill for quite a while, and he helped me with some of the printer issues I'm having. So I got to get some stuff sent from him to me to reset the settings on my printer. I need to make an adjustment on one thing, and then I got to get some extra money to buy a part that I do need to get, and kind of start over and see with all the new stuff and the new settings and everything if I can eliminate the problems I'm having. So, McGill, thank you for your time you spent with me. Neiman Chambers, me and him sat down, we got to talk a lot. It was great finally get to meet him. Super nice guy. Uh, Old Tom, Rambler 69, brother. You and Fred made the whole trip for me. Uh, I brought a box of some 3D stuff, primarily stuff I had, and some extra stuff I printed off before the printer started crapping out again. Uh, Tom kind of mustered up the troops, got them over looking at stuff, and generated a little bit of extra money for me to have at the show. Everybody knows how important it is to have some extra money to, get some things you want and take in the full experience. And through him, that helped me a lot. So Tom, thank you. The coin you walked up to at the show and gave me, that means more to me than even winning at Acme. I'll hold it dear. I know it's not much, but it is to me. It's a lot. Old Tom, Rambler 69, Acme 2022. That's something I have to remember that show by. Not just what's up here, but physical. Along with my lanyard, I brought all my slips home that was sitting underneath the models. None of the models won. I knew that going into it. None of them. There was a couple that, but the way the show went and what I saw was on the table, I knew they didn't even hold a candle. But the two that I did build for the show and I got to take, they did get picked for pictures. Now, cross your fingers, cross your toes and your arms, and say a prayer. Hopefully one or both of those make it into the magazine. That would be the icing on the cake. My wife was lucky enough to be in the right place at the right time, and a build that I've kind of wanted to do for a long time, and I've seen these, and I pass over them each time for something different, and I shouldn't have. She was given, because they were giving stuff away, I got a set of Butch Lael's Camaro Pro Stock. It's poppy red and white, and I got the Slicks decals, which are amazing decals. I love these decals. And there's pictures of the car, and it tells you what color the car was, and the tail of the car, and the rest of the stuff. So it gives you all the information you need to complete the build. I just got to find the resin hood for the car. So if anybody knows that car and knows that hood and where I can find that hood, I don't expect a freebie. Maybe we can do some trading, or if the price is right, I'll just buy the hood from you. No big deal. But if anybody knows where I can get that hood, let me know. Down in the comments, steer me in the right direction. I appreciate that. I have the kit. We will steal the tires and wheels from the Baldwin Motion kit to use on that, because the Baldwin Motion is getting built totally different anyways. So it's okay that I use the tires and wheels. But we will be building this one. Again, raffle tickets. My wife bought a slew of extra ones. I got some with a package because I early bird entered for the contest, and I got a couple the other way. But she was up there and she won. I got the Sox and Martin GTX. This will get a little detail underneath the hood, but it will be primarily box stock. I've always wanted this kit. It's a kit I don't have, so I'm grateful that my wife had the winning ticket and I got it. So that was great. The other ones I will show you at another time. A friend of mine, Lee Barrett, you've heard me talk about him. He's primarily my best friend. He's who I communicate more than anybody else. Fred, Pappy, is number 2, and Tom is number 3. Between these 3 gentlemen, I've been tuned to everybody else. Jeff wasn't able to make it, neither was Charlie Mack. Jeff is another one that I've communicated a lot with over the years via Instagram, that swayed me, along with Pappy and Big Will, to come to YouTube. And now I'm here. I'm grateful that I did, and I listened to him. But through Lee, he's been communicating with this gentleman for a while. They're both into mill lathing, turned aluminum parts, and kind of helping each other on one thing or another. And Lee told me I need to come up and talk to this guy and look at his work. And he was bringing a lot of kits because he needs some money for some personal things. And he's had this stash all of his life. And I might be able to find some kits I want. He has my number 1 holy grail. He didn't bring it to the show with him, but he does have it, he said. So I just got to call him, and we'll make some arrangements, and we can achieve the #1 Holy Grail. So it looks like, I won. I didn't win, but I did win, because I got to meet a guy that's a great model builder that has my Holy Grail and is willing to let it go. So that's a win-win. Number 3, you guys know my number 2 is the Javelin. Well, we've obtained that. I thank Jay at Jay's Mini Scale Garage for that. He's going to get a great build in return. I'm getting my #1 Holy Grail. My next one is the AMX. Javelin. It's just the AMX. And hopefully one day I'll get that one too. And there's a couple others out there. Primarily a couple Cadillacs, and I think I've said the story. Those were just to be built in representation of my father's old Cadillacs he had. And then there's a couple other. There's some Johan kits that I did not have even way back in the day, because they just didn't pique my interest. But the ones that did pique my interest, I've managed to get a couple here and there, and I'm happy with that. I'm kind of, it's circled back around, and I can't be more grateful. But I did get this one. It was a pricey kit, but Elvis made it worth my while. I got the Marlin. You guys saw this on Matthew's video, Mellocar videos, when he got to go up to the room before the show, and it was kind of like an invite only. I was going to dinner, so I would have got invited, but I just was going to dinner, and I missed out. And I probably would have got this then, but I got it at the show. And Elvis made sure to sit down and talk to me, show me his models that he brought to the show to sell, and some history on them. So I thank you, Elvis, for taking the time to communicate with me and talk to me and help me achieve something I've been trying to achieve. And that's my #2 Holy Grail, is the F85 Cutlass wagon. So hopefully in the next week or two I can make that happen and have that in transit to me. Big plan, not big plans. But I got an idea in my head. I've got some renderings in my phone of this car being modified a certain way, and that's how I'm going to build it, because that's what piqued my interest the most on obtaining it again and making it one of my Holy Grails. Pretty much like everybody else, I have a top 5 to top 10 Holy Grails. They're not all Johan or Johan. The top 5 are. The other ones are, cross between MPC, Monogram, Revell, and I'll eventually get those too. But it'll take some time, because they're very pricey kits. But we'll go down the list here. We've already talked about Rick, Fred Henry, Brian, Mark, Batson. I got to meet the gentleman, got to shake his hand, told him thank you. He looked a little surprised. We did get to talk a little bit after that. Excuse me. So that was really nice. Didn't get to spend a lot of time with him, but he's a busy man too. Tim at Throttle Power. Got to say hi, shake the man's hand. Just our greetings, and I was good with that. Very nice guy. Funny. We had a little bit of a laugh there. McGill, like I said, helped me out a lot. Got to talk to him a lot. And a couple of people, I don't know their names, but they're in the modeling community. I just didn't get to get names, but I did get to talk to them and all that. So that was great. 2 people that stood out above and beyond, and for several reasons. One, they actually took a lot of time out of their day to communicate, spend time with, kind of get to know each other. And that was Ed and Ernie from Ed's Attention to Detail. I followed Ed for quite a while, referred to him by Fred Henry. they're two of the nicest people me and my wife had the pleasure of meeting. We actually went to dinner with them after the show. We had a great meal, even though it was a basic restaurant. We went to Golden Corral, but the food was so good, and the communication and the talk that we had during dinner was so great that it made everything else fade away. It was very relaxing. We didn't rush. We just sat there. We talked. We ate. We exchanged numbers. We hopefully will have some future plans together when they can get up this way, and we can maybe shoot some footage of that when that happens. But overall, great people. If you're not following him, get over there and check his channel out. He does a lot of aircraft, and they do a lot of things out in the community, and a lot of stuff about their life and everything else. It's a well worth channel to watch. Show him some love, give him some support, and tell him Rusty sent you. Again, thank you, Ed and Ernie. I appreciate it. It was a great time. Terry Brownlee, Super Sport Model Shops. I didn't get to talk to him a lot for a few minutes at the show. We did exchange shop cards. Munchkins, Modeling Man. Got to exchange shop cards. I got a coin, which these apparently are getting pretty popular. I may have to look into this. Maybe I could design my own, and it's that laser cut basswood or whatever it's made out of. And it's smooth, like glossy finish on it. It's really cool. So good thing. Put a little tack on their back, stick it. It was a nice little collector, nice little memento, kind of like the same as Tom Rainbow 69s. His was a little more special to me because it was the last one he had. He could have given it to anybody. He walked up and gave it to me. And he helped me out a lot trying to move some of my stuff to make a little extra money. And, he could have been doing other things. So, thank you to everybody. And Brad, the gentleman that came up with Tom. Excuse me, guys. Super nice guy. My God, and what a builder. And for only his 9th build, and that's the one that took, won a top 10 Acme. You guys got to see that build in person. It's amazing. Who else we got here? So we can wrap this up. Darby James, I think is his name. Mopar Modeler. Everybody knows him. I followed him for quite a while. He's good friends with Big Will. Got to meet him for a quick second. Didn't get to communicate a lot. I wish I could have. This is making it hard to even talk. Let's see who else. Kit Carson. He took a lot of time out of his day to, talk to my wife and kind of keep her entertained a little bit when I was off doing the things I was trying to do. And I appreciate that, Kit. I really do. And I got a great little card from him. Here it is. Beautiful, beautiful car on there. K&R Customs and Rods, Kit Carson. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful pick-em-up truck. Beautiful. That's the kit up there I was going to use for Gastronomics. Guess what? I'm going to build a replica of that instead. We do have a replacement for that one, though. More on that later. I was able to get an LS7, though. That's one engine I was looking for. I don't have a file for. These resin casted engines from Mr. Metzger are superior. They're great. They're pretty much all that Fred Henry uses in his builds are Jeff's engines, or ones he's casted himself. Detail, spot on. Size, just right. Keeps you from having to modify a whole lot. Same way with McGill's stuff. McGill's stuff spot on. I try to get my stuff spot on, and a lot of my stuff is, but not everything. and I usually don't let any of that go. I keep refining it. So it's, you know, it's usable. I don't want to sell you something that's not usable. Mr. Jimmy Ledford, I got to meet him. Leadhead Customs, dude, his GTO and that 55 and the 57 he brought. I don't know what else. I can't remember what else he brought, but I know those three. Holy crap! I don't ever want to hear you say that I'm on a different level than you, brother. I got some catching up to do because that GTO was badass. That 57 that you just finished, beautiful car, beautiful detail. Same with the 55, beautiful. I mean, it was weathered just right. All the detail that was in. Oh my God! Now don't even get me started. Derek is a gentleman that is just a subscriber. He is a model builder. He's more into the big trucks, and that's great. I like semis. I've only built one in my life, and it was the BJ and the Bear. I built for Jay's Mini Scale Garage. It was a part of a group build that he was in. Because of his condition, he was unable to do it, so I did it for him. A buddy build type thing. But he brought pictures on his phone and showed me a lot of the trucks that he's built, and the dude is good. That's why I say I like you guys to send me stuff, because we're not neighbors, so I can't just come see your stuff all the time. A lot of you guys don't even compete. You don't go to shows, and I get that. That's why I ask you guys to send me stuff, because that's the way for me to see what you're working on. You guys get to see what I'm working on when I do these videos. There's just so much more. I got a lot of flyers for upcoming shows in 2023. Some of them are in Virginia, some of them are in Georgia. I don't know if I'll be able to attend any of those. I'm going to try this year in the spring to do the local circuit. And that there's 2 or 3 in Ohio. There's a couple in Indiana. And 2 or 3 or maybe 4 here in Kentucky. Some southern Kentucky. And that's generally as far as I go for a model car show. Acme is just one of those things. It's on my bucket list. And thank you to all you guys, all you YouTubers, all you guys on Instagram, all the people that just follow me and to watch my stuff. You guys made this experience amazing. And some of you made it amazing for my wife, which blows me away. The kindness that's out there. I truly appreciate all you. Lou or Lewis, you came up to me at the end of the show as we're wrapping up. I didn't get to talk to you a lot. I wish you would have, approached me a little earlier so we could have talked a little bit more. He's a faithful follower of mine. I appreciate him. I hope I got your name right. I know it was Lou or Lewis, one of the two. Same name, basically, just a different way of saying it. But thank you for coming and looking at my stuff. Thank you for the kind words. I'm glad you enjoy, what I do here, and Mental Mondays is your favorite. And Derek, thank you again. I'll get a hold of you to get your color choices for the new distributors. Same as everybody else that was in the trial run. I just got to get unwound and get unpacked, and I'm starting to work for my brother this week, so I'm going to be super busy. But I will make the time to get that stuff together and get an email out to all of y'all that were involved in that, so I can get the second set out to you. Jimmy, you didn't get to come back to the motel room to get your order. I'll be getting that out to you tomorrow, brother. And just let me know when you get it. Make sure everything's okay. Again, everything made it back safe and sound, including us. And you guys gotta be watching. Watch for the Modeling Magazine or Model Cars Magazine, because I don't subscribe to it anymore. I used to. I've got a lot of older issues, but you guys can kind of help me out when the issues come out, maybe, because I don't know if they'll notify me if it was put in or not. Maybe they will. I don't know. If you see, one of my builds in there, it would be one of the two, the GTX or the GTO. Both were, I think, were deserving to be in a magazine. They were great builds. A lot of blood, sweat, and tear went into both of them. One went together a lot easier than the other, but as equals, one's a resto mod, one's a pro touring, and then they're two of my favorites. So I hope they make it. And I don't care the size of the picture, even if it's just one of the little pictures. I'm happy with that, because that's awesome. That's a nice reward for what you do. You guys that did go, that aren't really so much builders or anything like that, you just enjoy the hobby. Maybe you do build, just not on these kind of crazy levels. Let me know what you thought about the show if you were there. Was it a great experience? You didn't have a good experience? You know, good or bad, let me know. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Drop your comments down there. I did get to meet Mark at Hobby Nut Models, which was great. You know, he is the sponsor of the show. He's the #1 sponsor. Ryan Jones is out of town with his family on vacation. I think he would have been there if it wasn't for that. He did say him and his wife are planning to come next year, which is going to be amazing, because you know he's going to bring product. He'll have a table set up and be a vendor, and that's going to be flipping amazing for everybody that plays hard to get his wheels, because they're either sold out or whatever. It'll be a good opportunity for you to see his merchandise and be as excited as I am about every time I get something. He's got about five, 6 sets, new sets. As soon as he gets back, that'll be released. Hopefully those, or some of them, will get sent to the channel, and we can review those. Tomorrow, the video will drop for Joel at Iceman's Collections for what he sent us. It'll be dedicated to that and that only. Wednesday or Thursday will be the one Mark brought to the show with him. He also brought me this great t-shirt, Hobby Nut Models. It'll be worn at any show I go to, along with the MCBA. I did get to meet a couple of the MCBA brothers. That's Model Car Builders Association. They're primarily northwest and west of us, southwest. So I don't get to attend any, even if they do have meetings, I wouldn't get to attend them. That's just too far away. But I did get to meet a couple of them. They're great guys. They offered help constantly. I got to talk to them, you know, about their builds, about my builds. We got a great picture at the end. I will get that picture up here on the end of this video. West Scale Builds. West S, I think it's West _S_ builds on Instagram. And then, what's the other guy's name? I just got to meet him for the first time. Scale Cars. He is on Instagram also. There's, I think them and Facebook are the only platforms they use. Go check them out. They do beautiful work. A little different. Scale Cars is hot rods and customs. Wes does customs and a hot rod every once in a while, but he's primarily, you know, the bombs, the donks, and the low riders, and it's because this is his forte. He lays beautiful paint, same as Shane Harold. I didn't get to spend any time with Shane Harold. I didn't even know he's there, which really sucks, because he is one I definitely wanted to meet, hang out with, and talk and bend his ear a little bit. And Shane, I'm sorry I missed you, but you know, we'll get there, and a lot of others. But my take on it, it was flipping amazing. I'm a happy man. My son, oh, you guys see this. We're going to take an extra minute. My son showed up on Halloween. I got to see my granddaughter in her costume, because they do their own thing on Halloween. We have something a little different here. And my daughter-in-law, they were gracious enough. I got an early Christmas gift, just in time to take to Acme with me for the Diora. I got my Diora. It's a sealed, mint condition Hot Wheels Diora 93 release. I will treasure this forever. It will go up with the Diora in a display case. It'll never get opened and taken out of the package. It was nice to sit there on the table next to the Diora. The Diora didn't draw as much attention as I'd like to have, that I know of. I've not really seen but a glimpse picture of other people, so it's just one of those things that, you know, not everybody kind of maybe got the theme behind it. Hopefully we'll generate some more interest on it next year, and once everybody gets theirs done and I get the videos up showing everybody's work, that might generate some more interest in it. I'd like to see a show open a category for it. Maybe if it's just for one show. I think that'd be cool. replicate your favorite Hot Wheel, red line, whatever it is. Because there was another Hot Wheels build there that the gentleman scratch built 90% of the thing, and it was out of this world. From the whole concept, the build, the presentation of the build, everything about it, the backstory to it. This thing should have won something, a top 10 award, and it didn't. And it's a shame that it didn't, because it was very, very inspirational. The thought process behind it was exceptional. The build was exceptional. And it's a shame that it didn't. I hope it got offered pictures, so everybody can get a look at it. Some of the videos going around, there's a little bit of it on there. It's the little school bus, little short school bus with the van front end. Beautiful display. It was very worthy of winning, and it didn't. Congratulations to all the winners that placed. One I followed from the beginning of his process to the finish. I was a little nerve-wracked when I saw him there. I was like, oh no, but he won, and it's just deserving. It was like I think it was a 6-year project or something like that, and handmade. And he even traveled overseas to go get reference, pictures and documentation of the real car, and to be able to replicate this thing. And then I don't know what scale it is, 1/8, 1/10, 1/12. I can't remember what it is, but beautiful representation of the real car, and so much detail, and every little thing is meticulously correct on it. So congratulations to him. Dylan at NYS Modeling with his Chiron. I guess I don't know if I pronounced that all right or not. Bugatti, all carbon fibered, beautiful car, beautiful job. Did he deserve to win? Yeah, he deserved to win. But there was a lot that deserved to win too, and some maybe more. But it was all you guys, what you liked the best, and that's what won. So you got to respect and understand the platforms on the way the voting goes, and what it can and can't do. IPMS shows, they're a little more, picky. They're based, their judges are they're looking for certain things, and it better be way above par, and you better bring your A game to Acme. It's just one of those things. You want yours to stand out above everybody else's, and you take the popular vote. It's got to be just that. And there was a dragster there, a U.S. Army dragster. I got to sit down and talk to the guy, meet the guy and his wife. Super nice people, and he won a top 10. That dragster was, Lee Barrett. That's his genre, and it was just as nice as anything Lee's built. It wasn't nicer. I don't know. I've not got to see any Lee stuff in person in my hands or on a table. I've seen pictures up close and personal pictures, every square centimeter of his builds, and he's meticulous, and this guy is too. So it would be really hard pressed to see who would be the better builder out of the two. But my God, in their own right, they're both amazing. And so many other people, that got it. Matthew's daughter, in the junior class, won with her little green Chevelle. Beautiful, clean build for a young child. Take time out of her day, being a young lady, and spending time with her father in the shop, and taking his advice and his help, and created a very, very nice, clean build. Very deserving in the award she got. The other gentleman was one of the little Munchkin tanks. Very clean build also. He wasn't there. I think it was his father that accepted the award for him. Both of them very deserving. What else was there? Oh, Matthew's wife's builds. The Jeep. Very, very nice job on the Jeep. Her pickup truck. Very, very nice. She's done a great job on both her builds. I don't think Matthew took anything, and his wife, I don't think she wanted anything this time around. But they're very nice builds, along with hundreds. There was 586 models on the tables. That is insane. And if that was an IPMS show, you know how hard that would be to judge all that. But, you know, you guys walking around and looking at them, and then walking around and looking at them again and picking your favorites, and the majority vote, you know, wins, or the highest number for that category, you know, wins. That's awesome. It's kind of fan favorite, you know. That was awesome. It was a great experience, guys, and from the bottom of my heart, we will review what I brought home. As far as the rest of it, we'll discuss here and there on some other things. I got to see Clay Kemp's work in person, his son's work. Two very good model builders. I'll kind of leave that at that. You know, other things, just great all-around experience. So you guys leave your comments down there. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Make sure you're tuned in for tomorrow. I don't know what time it'll drop, but it'll be a video up tomorrow reviewing what Joel sent us. And then either Wednesday or Thursday, or might even be Saturday, we'll do the one Mark sent us and my plans for that. And that'll be a full in-depth open box review on my plans for it, color choices, everything that I know of as of now. And we'll get those processes started. The Charger is where I want it to be for right now. The 53 Chevy Bel Air is where I want it to be for right now. I do need to focus on getting the Volkswagen final assembled, getting the printer up and going, start making the move in the shop here. So we're going to be hard pressed for a lot of in-depth stuff, but I will try to bring some content where I'm at with everything, how far I've gotten, any other plans coming around. And again, I can't say enough, guys, to everybody, from Acme, from my own family, from everybody that's on YouTube that was there, all you guys that just follow all of us, and you just showed up and took the time to walk up and say hi, and look at our builds. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You made this man's day, his world, up to we know now, kind of all worth it. And I can't wait to get to meet you guys again, and you guys get to see some more of my stuff, the new stuff, next year, and any of the other shows maybe you guys get to attend. Some that didn't get to go after me, maybe you get to attend the other shows, and I'll bring a few of these along. It won't be all of them, but you know, I always try to bring between 4 and 6, at least till the end of, you know, the spring tour. Summertime, I don't attend too many shows, nor will I be out a lot. I may attend 1 or 2 here and there, but I got a lot going on in the summertime, and that's family time. Then as we wind down in the fall, it'll be back to Acme, take a break to celebrate through the holidays and everything else, and then we'll hit the circuit again in the spring. So you guys stay tuned. Thank you. This is Rusty Rotor. I'm out.